All right. Check. Check one. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. All righty. So let me copy and paste. And go to the Twitter machine here. And there we go. Alrighty. Alrighty. What is going on? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Had a slight delay there. I did go to the store before a big old rainstorm came through my area, and got to listening to let's see, this is Next Gen 720 and Crap Gamer. So Next Gen's over there. Go check out that podcast. Of course, wait till after you're done here. But he did a sit down with Crap Gamer, and they kind of did a wrap up of E3, what they think the direction of Xbox is going. But what is happening? Shout out to everybody in the chat. The Nail Bat, how you all doing? Players United Gaming, how you doing? Snow Bunny, hi. What's happening? Hopefully you're gonna get Snow Bunny on the podcast sometime in July. Snow Bunny is booked, all the way to July. But that's a hot month, so we gotta hope Snow Bunny don't melt. But yeah, she's allegedly gonna come on. So yeah, did I use that Xbox body spray today? No, not yet. Not yet. Haven't had to yet. I may do it later on tonight though. After I do the 3 S's. So I actually have to do 2 S's. So, but everybody knows what the 3 S's are: shit, shower, and shade. So yeah. So I may need a little something. But before anything, as you all know, the podcast is brought to you. It's for you guys, and so if you would like to support the podcast, I've got the Cash App up and running. And if you want to donate anything to me, to the podcast, it is because of you. That's why I am here. So I would appreciate it. But it is a $ Cash Tech, and it's $ Craig Tech, and it is the Cash App. And just hit that up for whatever you would like, if anything. Let me do this and then bring this back live. There we go. All right. So so yeah, I may do that, but what's going on, people? So let's get into it here. So let's see here. I'll start with the Lockhart cancellation. Because there are now reports coming out that Lockhart has been canceled. Nothing official from Xbox or Microsoft, but shout out to the people who've been talking about this today. I don't know why it would have been canceled, but it wasn't brought up. And I talked to somebody who's at E3, and they're not really. Microsoft isn't really talking about Lockhart, and I'm not here to say it has been canceled. That's why I put it in question marks. But I really hope that it has not been canceled. But the rumor is that they are not going to do it because they don't feel that there's a big enough buy for it. So I hope they're wrong. And so I hope this is just a rumor. That's why I put a question mark next to it. That's why I'm starting the podcast with it, just to get it out of the way. But it certainly seemed a little bit, I guess the word is spooky, that Xbox didn't even talk about this. That they did not even talk about this at all at E3, which is the quote Super Bowl of gaming. Again, that's according to the Xbox community. It's the Super Bowl of gaming. So yeah, it's I don't understand why they wouldn't bring up they were working on the console. I mean, if you can't talk about the Anaconda specs, can you at least talk about the Lockhart? And because it's supposed to be doing 1080p 60, with high graphic settings. And I've said to people before, if you did 1080p or 1440p resolution, and you had high graphic settings at 60 frames a second, you would not give two rats asses about about 4K. But it's hard. It's easy to sell 4K. Tell you what else is easy to sell. What's up, El Matador? How you doing? I am going to turn on my air conditioner. Hold on. All right. Let me make sure that comes on. Air conditioning. All right, there we go. Yeah, there's a storm coming through, so the humidity's gone up, and I've had my window open pretty much all day. But yeah, I just so I don't know what's going on with Lockhart. Shout out to Matt's Gaming. He did a video today saying that they should just shrink the chip. They should shrink a chip and sell it as like an Xbox One X Plus, and they would give you a new CPU with 6 teraflops. Well, if they did that, like if they put the AMD chip that is allegedly going to be a Zen 2 chip with their AMD and made an APU, the games that are 4K dynamic, they'd be 4K native. I mean, and they could probably do 1440p 60. So yeah, I mean that would be fun. So does Luwafa know news about Sony like plans to do acquisition? No. Again, Luwafa is an AMD guy. He's not a Sony guy. He's just so he's not a Sony guy. So I know somebody else that's in Sony has you all do know, you got to remember, please remember, Sony makes movies. Okay, so there's other people that you can talk to that know what Sony may or may not be doing when they talk about acquisitions and things like that. So, but a lot of that comes, Sony doesn't leak that to like the tech division. That's more of a major purchase when you buy a studio. So, I mean, Sony PlayStation has to go to the major Sony people and say, we want that studio. And Sony Pictures, the new president of Sony, he's more interested in getting the movie studio up and running. That's why they're pushing the Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse, and how they've already announced that they want Tom Holland and Tom Hardy to be in a movie together as Venom and Spider-Man. They're going ahead with the Tom Holland Uncharted movie because if it does well, then they can start another franchise. This because Tom Holland is Sony's. He right now he's Sony's ace in the hole. So because he's the most recognizable actor that they've got. He is signed to that. Just like Pharrell Williams is signed with Sony. He's their most public producer, promoter for what he does. So, So also shout out to everybody that's here. Don staying up late over there in the UK. Sam Ash, not for sure where you're at, Sam, but thanks for joining me. Let's see here. Is it D. Collinger? So what's happening? So he is saying they made a lot of last minute changes to their conference. Possibly, yeah. I mean, if you get an E3 itinerary at the very bottom of the screen, it will say card is subject to change. And that's the truth. Now when you get your itinerary and things like that, people don't read that part and they'll say, well, Sony lied and Microsoft lied. It's like, no, they didn't. They changed what was going to be shown or what was going to be announced. I mean, I look, from my understanding, the person that I know that went to E3 that I just talked to this afternoon said it was a big letdown out there, like people in the Microsoft thing that went to the Microsoft press briefing were let down, because of their because of the announcements that they did have. They had 0 to no gameplay. Now they had gameplay on the floor. So let me clear that up. Microsoft actually did have gameplay on the floor. They had an Xcloud. Again, it's been reported that Xcloud is being more responsive than Stadia. Now I don't know which games they tested, but because Google's there at E3 with Stadia. They didn't go on stage. They're there. They have a booth set up. Eurogamer, with Digital Foundry, did an interview with Matt Booty. That's where the information came out the day before yesterday about Microsoft being really serious about putting games on the PlayStation. Or it's open. They're open to put games on PlayStation and Switch. They already have Minecraft over there. Apparently, the Minecraft studio is owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft is putting these games on PlayStation and Switch, and it's doing well. And that's what Matt Booty has been saying, is that, look, they've already got a working relationship with these guys. So they're not going to poison the well if they come back. And that's the thing with already working with them, so, but we'll move on for that. But Lockhart is apparently not being talked about at all. Hit that like button as you come in, people, and share. Matter of fact, let me share it. Let's see here. Come on down. So I did leave the link in the PlayStation Plus podcast thing, so anybody wants to jump on, they can. So the bot's hyping now the cloud and remote play with Sony did. Yeah, and I'm going to read about that, and I'm going to read that into the record. And it's amazing what they'll accept when Microsoft does it versus when Sony does it. They trash it. So, but that's who they are. That's who they are as people. I was in a back and forth with somebody over on another. I can't call it a back and forth. The way they're the way they get the information that you're getting, and they get the same information, but they contextualize it so differently. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I'll go into that. So Lockhart again, which is allegedly a console. The Xbox console that I was seriously looking at. Okay, I would seriously be looking at that because 1080p, 60 frames a second, and I'm hooked on 60 frames a second. It's very difficult to go and play something at 30 frames when you have played it at 60 frames. It just is. I'm not knocking it. I know that it is what it is. That's why the next batch of consoles that are coming out, they're going to move everybody up to 60. And there's going to be some of you all who don't give two shits about that. But I think a majority of you guys that game a lot, that game a whole lot, you're going to be like, wow, this is a big difference. Now, there's going to be some games that are strategy games. Like I streamed XCOM today. So shout out to everybody that came by and watched XCOM. Appreciate that. Games like that, it won't make a difference because those are strategy games. Age of Empires, it won't make a difference. That can run at XCOM can run at 100 frames a second. It won't matter. Okay, because it's a strategy game. You get so many moves per turn. You guys saw that. So, it's now I jinxed Lockhart. No, I mean it was I was hoping that they would announce it would come out at the end of this year. Because again, AMD has the chip that allegedly was going to go in it. And the person that looks stupid right now, Andrew, is Brad Sams. Brad Sams, shout out to Brad Sams, but he looks crazy right now. He looking kind of spooky. So what's up, Gab Talk Media? How you doing, brother? But brother, go ahead and set that up for tonight. All that stuff that's going on with the manosphere and stuff like that. Let me hopefully come on over there, brother, and speak on it with you one-on-one. Just for about an hour. I got to work in the morning if you're not too busy tonight, brother. So, but shout out to Gab Talk Media. He's putting in some work, and you all go check out his channel if you're interested in the manosphere and things like that, because he got an interesting perspective on that. So. And he talks to everybody. Gab, he talking to everybody. He's kind of like Switzerland in a way. So, but shout out to Gab Talk. Thanks for coming by and supporting, brother. Hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me, Gab. I got Cash App now, Gab Talk. If you want to throw a little bit, it's $ Craig Tech, and go ahead and hit a brother up. We got to support each other, yo. So, but all right, then we'll move on. So Sony wins E3. Now, why am I saying this? When some people are like, Sony wasn't even there. Well, they weren't there physically, but like everything, I mean, this is going back to the person. I talked to one person with the E3, and they do not represent E3, but they were able to kind of give me a sense on how things were out there. And Sony not being there is no matter. It's always a topic, no matter where you go. You know, because there were parties and stuff out there, and oh yeah, set it up, Gab Talk, and I'll try to swing on by tonight. I don't know what time zone you're in, but yeah. So if you're Eastern time, if you want to do it about 8 o'clock, let me know. So if you're Central, I guess that'll be 9 o'clock my time. Just shoot me an email, and I'll check my email here shortly. But thanks again, brother. Yeah. But all right. So Sony is everywhere out there. They're on the tip of everybody's tongue. They were able to dominate the conversation by not being there. So let's talk about them not being there. They weren't there because they didn't have a whole lot to show. Microsoft's press conference started out with Obsidian with Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is going to be on the PlayStation. I mean, that's a fact. I mean, I'm not bashing the Xbox. So the first game you show is a multiplayer. And that's a letdown already. You're already letting air out of the balloon. So shout out. I mean, again, I'm going to buy Outer Worlds. I got no problem with that. So I'm definitely going to be supporting that game. But I didn't like Fallout New Vegas more than Fallout 3, but I liked it enough to support Obsidian's next game. So, but I'll have to check that out. And all right. So at the end of the day, Sony won E3 because they showed Death Stranding and they had a release date for it. It's a new IP. It's an exclusive IP, and it trended on social media, whatever the hell that means. So they actually had more gameplay in the Death Stranding trailer. And understand that the Xbox community is making fun of the gameplay of Death Stranding. While this past Sunday, when I listened to Next Gen 720 show, I did listen to the RDX. What's going on, Emerald 17? I listened to the RDX podcast. As far as the wrap-up podcast, and all they complained about was the lack of gameplay. Yet, just a week ago, you were mocking Kojima's game, and even though they show gameplay. So they do exactly what you should do at E3. You show your game, you show your gameplay, and then you show a release date. That's what E3 used to be. That's what Kojima did with his game. So he did exactly what everybody wanted. I was just listening to I listened to a bunch of podcasts. I've listened to everybody from Struggle Nation, shout out to those brothers, Jody's Corner, shout out to that brother, and everybody the same complaint. Where was the damn gameplay for Gears and Halo and I mean, I guess they showed a little more Halo this year because the guy was actually talking. So that is more, but it was all cinematic. It does have something to do with the Halo TV show, there is a tie-in there. I'm still trying to get information on that to bring that to you. But Sony won E3 because every game, I mean, people are talking about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is going to be on the PlayStation. It will also be on PC. You know, so it's just like you're showing a bunch of games that are going to be played everywhere else. Why was Sony not there? Because what would they have shown? All right, maybe they show the release date for The Last of Us, but I don't want to see no more of The Last of Us. I'm buying it. Okay? I was going to buy it anyway, but when they had that girl kiss that other girl, plus they had some side boob in there, I'm like, well, I'm buying this. You know, when you have a developer at Square, which I think it was Square Enix, who got jealous. Was it Square Enix? Whoever made Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they got jealous and said what they said, and then they tried to back off and say, well, I got misinterpreted. You know, they misinterpreted what I said. Bullshit. We seen Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which has a lot of jungle gameplay, and it was just fun to play. I enjoyed Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But when you saw the way that game was being played up there, that drove them nuts. So 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 Snow Bunny said that her complaint about Death Stranding is that she doesn't know what it's about. Well, that's part of the game. Is you're going to have to buy the game to find out what it's exactly about. With that said, the game is still 5-6 months out, so it's like a movie. Okay, it's like when the Avengers Endgame movie came out. They showed you just enough 15-second teasers, and I mean, you didn't know how they were going to fix things. I mean, you could take a guess, but they didn't they didn't show you a whole lot of stuff. They actually shot scenes to put into trailers that were not in the movie. They did that on purpose. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not that E3 is bad. Microsoft's E3 to me was disappointing. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't trash. I know, shout out to OBJ to Don. He said it was trash. Okay, fair enough. That's his opinion. I thought their conference was disappointing. I was very disappointed in the new hardware release. I mean, they pretty much just trolled Sony. I mean, I ain't gonna lie about that. They announced the exact same shit. We're gonna have a Zen processor. I think they said during the event, somebody correct me, that didn't they announce they were gonna have Navi as well? I mean, I can't remember what they said because the way it was, I was listening to Sick Humor. I was on Sick Humor's podcast on Discord. I could not hear what was on there. That's why I kept kind of turning up my TV so I could just kind of follow along. And so I finally put everything on closed caption on my TV. It was like, oh, I can see it now. So you knew Endgame wasn't a romantic comedy. Oh yeah, I knew that. And it was going to be some action, but it didn't have, Endgame did not have as much action as Infinity War. Endgame was more dramatic than Infinity War. But my point is that, I understand people not knowing I don't know what the game's about. I'm still buying it. I already bought it. I went up there when they gave a release date. I put 5 on it, cut it. So I got my 5 on it. So yeah, it's Sony will acquire more studios. Yeah, I mean, they're talking to people. Like I said, they've talked to Remedy. They're talking to Remedy. They've talked to House Marquee, and they've talked to Moon Studios. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere. Don't take what I'm saying and run with it. It just means that they have had some entry-level discussions. That's all. So it could be about making games for them exclusively. Remedy's discussion, I truly think Remedy's discussion was about the marketing deal with Control, and that they may be able to make an offer to Remedy if Remedy sees a certain amount of percentage sales. Sony will probably go back to them and say, we really like the game. Our fan base really loves your game. They can't get enough of it. Can we sit down and talk to you all about possibly acquiring the studio? Something like that. So that's the way those talks start. And either they say, yes, we'll talk, but that doesn't mean the talks go anywhere. It just means they're talking. So no different than Sony and Marvel. People are like, Sony hates Marvel and Marvel hates Sony because they won't allow Spider-Man to be in their movies. But that's what the fans were saying. But behind the scenes, Sony and Marvel, which is owned by Disney, were already talking. They've always been talking. Okay, it was just a matter of what could they work out. And when they worked out, Sony maintains the intellectual property, but lets Marvel produce the movies. Sony came back with, well, we want to hire the actor, and Marvel capitulated on that. And then Sony said that we're only going to pay for $40 million of the movie. And Marvel has to eat the rest of that cost. I can't say eat it. Marvel has to bring in the rest of the cost to pay for the movie. Now, if the movie makes a certain amount of millions of dollars, Marvel's cut of the movie goes up to no more than 13%. But Marvel took that, and people are like, well, that's not a whole lot of money. And it's like, well, it's adding value to their franchise, and that value cannot be, you can't put a dollar on value. Okay, your company is adding more value. So Sony gets an attaboy, and everybody loves them now, and people have a good opinion of Sony because of what they did. And Marvel adds more value to their company. That's how that deal worked out. And eventually, I think it was Amy. I think her name is Amy Pascal. She went to Universal, and she's trying to get their monster universe. Of course, I think Universal owns. I don't know if it's Universal or Warner Brothers that they working out the whole Godzilla thing. I think Universal owns Godzilla. I mean, I have to, somebody can check that out. So oh, good night there, Ice Queen Gaming. So I know it's late over there in England. So, but let's pull up some things here. So I think Sony won E3 simply, and I understand people are like, well, Sony wasn't there. How could they win? They won because of the letdown that Microsoft had. Okay, and every game Microsoft had that people are talking about. Let me make this clear: that people are talking about, minus the flight sim game, is going to be on PlayStation. Outer Worlds will be on PlayStation. Cyberpunk, those are the two games you hear the most about. Cyberpunk and Outer Worlds. And coming out of their press conference. Now, did they have more games on the floor? Yes. They had more games on the floor. So let me start, well, let me see if I can. Shit. What is this one? All right. So now we're going to talk about remote play. Because Microsoft now has remote play, and I remember the Xbox community, Xbox community. They have their own, they're moist. First thing we got to start there, they're moist. So they were mocking it and saying that remote play was trash, and so Microsoft will enable remote play with Xbox One gaming with console streaming in October. So July, August, September. So 4 months. 4 months, people. Okay. About 100. Well, that's what, about 108 days away, give or take. Give or take. So I say we're under 115 days, give or take. So console, so this is an update. So this is 6.9. 6.9. So update console streaming will be going into the Xbox system software preview channels this October. You'll have access to any games from your game library and Xbox Game Pass games while on the go. Okay. The tech is being demoed at E3. That's already been disclosed itself for those in attendance, but we're waiting for details on how it might roll out to end users. That's us, So console streaming could be enabled sooner rather than later through a software update, while Project Xcloud, which will have to go toe-to-toe with Google Stadia, might wait till later this year. So they're going to do their remote play first, and then Xcloud, I guess, is coming later. Well, so we'll have to wait and see. It says for more news about this, so I'm trying to find pictures. This was the best article I could find on it as far as just a direct informational article. So let's see here. So let's see if I can hit that like button, people, as you come in. Let me see if I can find some pictures of remote play. The remote play Xbox One. There we go. All right. So I can't show the stream. I just want to show a picture of it. I think I just brought that up. Sugar-free. Let me stop sharing. I'm telling you, I had a picture of it somewhere. Bear with me here. No, that's not it. Maybe it was Engadget. Yes, it's Engadget. So, oh, how many of you are going to buy that new Ghost Recon game? So, how many of you are going to buy that? So, no, it was not Engadget. So, that's about Xcloud. I know it's here somewhere. So I know it's here somewhere. Oh, hell, maybe I don't have it. So let me use my IT degree from Fuck Nigga University. And we're going to see, let's see. Let's see, Xcloud E3 2019. Aha! Aha! So I will just have that there. Now, this is the Xbox version of this. I don't want people to get confused. I just want to make sure everybody understands. Now, it does say they were suspiciously quiet about it. So I don't think I don't think right now they're too bullish. I guess the right word stock-wise is bullish and bearish. They're more bear about this technology than bull. But clearly right there, you see them doing doing remote play and streaming. And of course, Sony already did this. I mean, if you don't believe me, I will pull up some pictures here of Sony. Let me just Google it. And these are for the people in the Xbox community that are just liars. So Sony remote play, and we'll just do Android. So I mean, they're already doing this. There you go. And I just want you to see, I got this is from 2015, which I have determined. This is 6/25, so this is almost 4 years ago. So I just want people to see this, and this is a cell phone. Obviously, you can see it right here, and you know, if you don't, we can go and let's YouTube it. I've done this before, but I just want this on the final record. Remote play. I just put PS4 because there will be video. Yep, there you go. Yep, there you go. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I just want the picture up there. Who the hell eats these snacks? Look how small that is. Okay, so, well, there you go. Here's Sony's version of it, and this is a fair use one. There we go. I'm just going to stop it there. As you can see, that's them doing this, and this video was uploaded. Shout out to Cooper versus Glass. All rights go to him on this, but this was uploaded 3 years ago. So, so Microsoft again is having to play follow the leader. Rat Kilmer say follow the leader. So, so they're doing remote play and things like that. So, yes, Microsoft fanboys can get used to trash remote play. So, yeah, I mean, again, I've never done it, so I'm not here to say whether it's good or bad. I think the fact that Microsoft is following Daddy, that's exactly the way it should be. And you follow the leader. Even Rakim. Well, it's a little bit before you all's time. Rakim and Eric B had an album called "Follow the Leader," and the album was phenomenal. It had "Follow the Leader," it had "Microphone Fiend," had a song on there called "Lyrics of Fury." Still one of the best hip hop songs to ever just come out. Just brutal lyrics. Didn't cuss in it at all, I believe. I mean, that's how good it was. So. But that's the MCs back then were world class to compare to. You got dudes wearing makeup and skinny jeans, you know. So yeah. So thanks for dropping that link there, Gaminator. So so yeah. So here we go, and we'll go to a Push Square article. Let me bring that up here. before we move into the end of the console war and some of the things that are starting to pop up now. So yeah, shout out to the people in the chat, by the way. All right, now this article was done Monday at 9 a.m. This is from Push Square, which is a Sony leaning website. Let's just keep it a buck. Spider-Man on sale at Best Buy, $20. Go ahead and get that DLC. And people say the DLC was a letdown. I don't think so. I thought the first DLC was good. I thought the second one was just kind of all right. The third DLC I thought was really good. But it says reaction. Sony's decision to skip E3 2019 is starting to look really smart. So then it says, was the platform holder right all along? It's subjective whether you thought they were correct for skipping E3. But I think it's amazing that people wow, look at the pre-orders for Cyberpunk are way higher than Witcher 3. Fair enough. Wow. So shout out to the people that have pre-ordered Cyberpunk. I really hope you guys enjoy the game. To me, it looks like Deus Ex on steroids, but enjoy the game. Okay. It says when will we learn not to criticize Sony too hastily? Our first reaction to the Japanese giant decision to skip E3 was one of horror. But when we later took a step back and pointed out that the platform holder couldn't and probably shouldn't be judged as to how we see everything transpires. On the basis of this weekend, the firm has once again proven that it knows best. Now, first things first, take all the bias out of it. How many of you all were disappointed that Sony didn't go to E3? Okay, I mean, it's don't try to lie about it. How many of you all were just disappointed that they didn't go? But you understand why they didn't go. So it says, this is a transitional year for the Los Angeles show. We don't even need to watch Ubi and Square Enix's press conferences to tell you that EA Play 19 was such a non-event that we're beginning to ponder why the publisher even bothers. And despite some neat, presumably next-gen announcements, Bethesda didn't have much either. And I disagree with that. I saw some games at the Bethesda conference that I am generally, that Wolfenstein, that's day one. That is day one for me. So, but it says, but with Microsoft, as we all agree, missing an open goal, which they did, we all agree on that, it's pretty obvious why the PlayStation maker decided to skip this year's show. The fact is, there's just not enough content ready to be announced yet, which is what Sony said. Okay, so Xbox had 60 titles on its stage, but without being disrespectful, we bet you struggle to name 15 of them off the top of your head. Okay, which it was filler. Even the heavy hitters like Halo Infinite aren't ready for prime time, and they're talking about gameplay. Okay, that's what this article is talking about. So. Now this is, I believe this is capture from a PlayStation 4 Pro, 4K images require 4K display. As you can see here, Game Pass Ultimate, get your first month for $1. Make you holla for $1. So, all right. Says the thing is, Sony could have had a show. Death Stranding, The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare would have been enough. But the manufacturer's been in the game long enough to know that expectations are impossible to calibrate. And after last year's gameplay-focused showcase, it knows how venomous the backlash can be. Which to me, last year, they showed gameplay and people still bitched and moaned about it. So it announced in its next-gen console, in a Wired article, sucking most of all the enthusiasm out of yesterday's Timid. Now, this article is a few days old, so sucking out and which I say it sucked the air pretty much out of the Project Scarlet reveal. Oh, and it dropped a breathtaking release date trailer for Death Stranding, which had more impact than anything we've seen at E3 2019 so far. That's subjective, but that's my opinion as well. It's subjective, but it's my opinion that Sony showed Sony did two things. One, they showed gameplay of a major game that's coming out later this year with a release date, as I said earlier, and them announcing the specs or what the AMD stuff, because AMD had a presser at CES, then they had another presser at the show, at the E3 show. So yeah, it's it's Microsoft's announcement for Scarlet, it was hollow. It was just a hollow announcement. Like, we're going to do 8K. And again, this will move me in kind of to the last thing here. So what do you all think? Do you think Sony made the right decision by skipping E3? Okay, I mean, I'm asking. I mean, I'm not, I mean, if you don't think, if you were pissed that they didn't go, you're pissed they didn't go. But I personally am looking like, yeah, it may have been it was a good idea for them not to go. I don't like it. So you said WB owns Godzilla. Okay, cool. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was Universal or WB. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, it's yeah, they've been doing remote play since PS3. Corey Massey, how you doing? So it says Square Enix won pre. Yeah, I'm not getting Cyberpunk, but shout out to everybody that's getting it, and I mean everybody. That game's going to support ray tracing on the RTX, the video graphic cards. That already tells you, if you're an AMD guy like me, that game probably won't run well on your set. Okay, because NVIDIA sounds like they got that game on lock. So so Lionel Bogan said they made the right decisions. It is my fault. Yeah, I know. It's my fault. They didn't buy Quantum Break. That's my fault. And why isn't Quantum Break on Game Pass? The Sunset Overdrive is, but I'm talking about PC Game Pass. So hopefully they switch that. You know, hopefully they switch that. Because I'll tell Microsoft, look, I'm going to cancel Game Pass unless you all get Quantum Break over there. This is a Microsoft One E3. Okay, Cyberpunk's going to be lit. Hey, fine. I hope everybody enjoys it. I'm not here trashing the game. Cyberpunk, again, to me, looks like Deus Ex. It just does. You know, it looks like there's a lot of the same concepts and things like that, from hacking to people having cybernetic parts. I mean, again, I think it looks better. But first things first, it's called Cyberpunk. I mean, for Christ's sake. So, but again, yeah, that by far, that game is the most talked about game. And every game we saw was shown on PC. So, let's see. So PS5 may have a HBM2 memory as cache or cache, along with GDDR6, but the devs will decide if Sony mixes memory or uses just GDDR6. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, and the Final Fantasy thing being episodic, that kind of made me mad. So as much as I want the game, if everything's going to be episodic, I'm just going to wait for the complete edition to come out probably next year. So I'll be getting Final Fantasy. I'm just going to wait on the complete edition. Now, I do have a PayPal. If somebody wants to, and I think if you buy the special edition, you just get all of it anyway. So say they can't believe that remote play was running off servers on the other side of the state. Who is they? Microsoft did a good job of selling the PS5. Cheeks the Freak being, that's brutal, Cheeks the Freak. That is brutal. So hit that like button, people. Again, the channel, the podcast is for you guys. So go ahead and if you like to, hit that Lionel Buggin. I know you're Yoshida in disguise. Hit that $ Craig Tech Cash app. You know, show a little love for the brother, man. And but what's up, Lionel? Glad you stopped by. Uncompetitive, how you doing? So yeah, this Cheeks the Freak. I haven't seen you over here in a minute, so I appreciate you coming over, brother. I appreciate you coming over. I can't spell. That guy's got the funny name there. I can't tell if that's Hebrew or I'm not for sure what language that is, but you say it's the right decision. Fair enough. So Triple J said the bot's got bruised buttery. But yeah, that's exactly right. Bruised buttery biscuits. Oh man. So they expanded the sections of the game to make it 3 full games that are going to be released episodically. All right, fair enough, but does each episode cost $60? I mean, that's you know, because that man, that's crazy. That's almost $200 for that game. So I mean, you know, no, I can't do it. I mean, I can't do it. You know, I'll just wait for the whole game to come out. So what's going on there, Medora? How you doing over there? And are you're in Japan, right? Or at least that's what you're saying. And we're on the honor system here, so I can't. I think you said you're in Japan. So yeah, that Final Fantasy VII remake, man, that's horseshit. You know, I mean, I'm not buying that. So as much as I would love to see, I think what they'll end up doing is it's a time release. I think by the time it's going to be what is it 6 months? So I'm hoping that when it goes to Xbox that they do something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they got to drop it. It's crazy. So no, I did not see the video link to Halo 5 on Xcloud. So I will look at it later though. So you're gonna wait till the complete edition on the Superior. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. That's another good point. That's a good point too. You know, that would be cool. Yeah, because that would be a cool game to have on PS5. That's probably what I'll do too, Triple J. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I'll be canceling my pre-order for that, and I'll just move that money over to Death Stranding. So the saga start. Yeah, but I don't know what happened to the I mean the Lockhart. The Scarlet is just the code for the Maverick, which is the diskless Xbox. I don't know what happened to Lockhart at all. I think it's been canceled. I hope I'm wrong. But I was excited for that console to get more information. And I said that publicly weeks ago. Hey, I'm more excited about Lockhart than I am Anaconda. So, but at the end of the day, it didn't happen. At least at E3, the Super Bowl, they didn't put that guy in the game. You know, he was sitting on the bench. I don't know where he is. So somebody's jumping in slow motion. Cool. Scarlet is code name for bleeding body. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So let me explain why the console war. Remember, I told you guys months ago. I said once the console war is officially over, you're going to have a group of people reaching for information. Just reaching and lying their asses off. And now, I mean, I did say that. Once again, the Messiah is correct. Okay? Not these fruit booties on these other podcasts. Okay? I am correct. The 10 Commandments tell you there is no one above me. That's your covenant when you sub to my podcast. I will give you the information that you need. It will be accurate to a 90%. Everybody knows who my source is. Shout out to Lou Wafa, my source. This man has pegged everything to a 90% clip. Everything that he has said has come to fruition at a 90% clip. As I said, he's like my archangel. Okay? As Messiah, I've got my own archangels. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way it is. So even that's not saving the Xbox. Crack Gamer was on Zaire's podcast and said he's not buying Scarlet and Phil Spencer was a coward. Wow. Well, I heard him say that. And look, Crack Gamer's not alone when he says it. And I know it's Crack Gamer. And he's going to end up buying it anyway. But will he be an early adopter? It sounds like the answer is no. That doesn't mean that's right now. That's right now. Now, you ask him that same question next year at this time after E3, he'll probably change his mind. Because everybody's going to be having it. He podcasts with a group of people that are going to be getting it. And he will probably end up getting it. So yeah, rip Xbox. So, well, Crap Gamer has been saying that for the last at least 3 months. Now, people said it's for the subs and all that, and maybe it is. I mean, look, that's what the man said, and you have to wait and see what actually happens. So, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, Final Fantasy Remake will sell out. Yeah. Well, I'm not denying it. Not denying that at all. So I'm getting Death Stranding and Ghost and The Last of Us. Final Fantasy VII, I ain't gonna get that until the whole game comes out. Then I'll get it. because I never played Final Fantasy VII, and I know that really that was one of the most talked about video games in my generation of gamers. Okay, that game is kind of the defining gaming thing for every gamer to have. Okay, everybody played Final Fantasy VII. Everybody, and except me, because the Final Fantasy games were too intimidating to play because they were on 3 and 4 discs. Now I played every Final Fantasy game since 7. Okay, I played 8. I played which is getting remastered. I beat 8. I beat 9. I beat 10. I beat 10-2. I beat 13, and I didn't beat 15. I'm like 60% done with 15. So I've beaten them. I didn't do the one that was online. I can't remember which one that was, but and I didn't play 11. But Final Fantasy X2, it to me is underrated as hell. People hate that game, and that hurts me because people hate that game. That's actually the first direct sequel of a Final Fantasy game, and people didn't like that because there have been no direct sequels. That's like part of the whole thing, so you're getting Cyberpunk. Oh yeah, Game and Air. Hey, shout out to everybody that's getting Cyberpunk. Go ahead and stream it. I will watch it, but I can't play something that calls itself Cyberpunk. Now, if somebody wants to buy it for me, I'll play it, but I can't physically go in and make my body say I want to buy Cyberpunk. With that said, I'll probably, because to me it looks too much like Deus Ex. I mean, but it's probably better. It's from a better studio, so let's just put it like that. Because CD Projekt Red, I think it's up there in the top 10 as far as studios. So Final Fantasy VI is the greatest in the series. I've heard they're all good. So. Craig, 1080p was popular 13 years ago. Again, Andrew, most people that have PCs are gaming at 1080p, 60 frames a second. Okay? So if you get a console, and there's more people with 1080p TVs than 4K TVs, I don't know why you don't understand that. So why not make a console that does 1080p, 60 frames a second, and lets you have a graphic adjustment to it? That to me is a great idea. That to me will sell. I wish Sony would do it. I thought Microsoft was doing it. And to me, the damn thing's MIA. It is MIA. So Deus Ex Deus Ex. Okay, that's the way you say it. Okay. Deus Ex. Okay. All right, I got you. It didn't hurt me. And finally, people not liking Final Fantasy X-2 hurts me, like to the core, because I really enjoyed that game. I remember, talking about it amongst my peers at the comic book store or at K Arcade, and it was like, oh no, man, that game sucks. That's what we used to say. My generation would say sucked. I think you all's generation says trash. We used to say suck. So they were, man, that game sucks, man. I'm like, oh, it sucks. Damn, I can't believe it. So. Cyberpunk is Lockhart is the rising box. Yeah, pretty much it might as well be in. I don't know where that thing is. It's somewhere. Hopefully Microsoft clears that up. I mean, that's all I can say. Hopefully, because it's eerily silent about it out there. But let's talk about the console war ending here that I'm gonna giddy up on out of here. I'm in this thing. Now I'm just going to read you something from another channel. Let's see here. But they're literally. All right, how many of you all know that both the PS5 and the new Xbox is going to have ray tracing? How many of you all understand that both the PS5? All right, do you understand that both PS5 and the next Xbox are going to have ray tracing? Okay. Do we understand that? Yes or no? Are you all listening to me? I don't see anybody saying yes or no. All right, so one person is listening. Okay, that's fine. That's all I need is one. That's what Batman says. I love when Batman says that. He's like that. Commissioner Gordon says, "You're just one man," and he repeats, "Now we're two." So, okay. All right. So everybody out there knows Let me tell you how bad it is for the community, the Xbox community. They are going around now saying that only Xbox will have real ray tracing. It's like, are you kidding me? AMD, Lisa Su of AMD has confirmed. So has Phil Spencer. He has confirmed. So has Jim Ryan and Mark Cerny of Sony. They have confirmed that the consoles coming out are going to have ray tracing. But these dudes' biscuits are so burnt and they're so buttery and they're so butthurt that that they are literally saying that Xbox will have real ray tracing because and Sony won't. I mean, can somebody get me? Can I get a witness? I mean, seriously, can I get a witness? These dudes are so stupid. I mean, oh my God, and I can't tell you which channel it's on, but his name rhymes with Wheeler Lamey. Okay, and this is not him saying it. This is some of the most moist montage of bullshit coming out of these guys. It's so incredible. Okay, so this dude is saying, I wouldn't worry about Xbox. You should be talking to Sony on why they're hiding Death Stranding gameplay. Really? This guy said this. Death Stranding had more gameplay than Xbox had at their whole goddamn conference. Are you kidding me? So it says showing it as little as possible, just like Days Gone, make Sony make games that play better. You're wasting your time here. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to respond to this thing. I'll just put Death Stranding had more gameplay in its, I guess what do you want to call that? Its trailer? You want to call that its trailer? In its trailer, the MS had at its own press conference for all games. You bring the 18th, so he talks about censorship. You bring up censorship. Oh, did I spell that wrong? Yep, I did. What's up, OBJ to Don? How you doing? You bring up censorship, yet fail to mention that MS is banning people's accounts over things being said. That's true censorship. Sony, then he says Sony never improves themselves. I'm gonna put, you should see this. You claim Sony doesn't improve itself. Is that why God of War won Game of the Year and why so many people in the Xbox community are bitching for single player games and are flat asking Sony to put their games on Xbox. I was a hashtag moist simp. Now let me go ahead and let's get that there. So they literally, so what has happened is this. All right, so these channels, the channels whose podcasts were built on the console war. Okay, they were built on the console war. They no longer have nothing to talk about. They don't have anything to talk about. Again, Craig Tech, $ Craig Tech, Cash App. Thank you in advance. So say Blu-ray outsold DVD, HD DVD, so I don't see how Craig thinks 1080p TVs weren't popular last gen. Oh no, I never said that. I never said that. I said more people have 1080p TVs than and 1080p monitors, and they have 1440p monitors and 4K. So companies are derelict if they don't target that audience. Because before, I mean, I have a 1080p monitor and a 4K TV. I don't have a 1440p or 4K monitor, so I am looking to see what companies are going to do. So that's it. And playing at 1080, and playing at 60 frames a second while at 1080p is good. It's good. Oh shit! I almost fell out of the chair. So you can see that being done in the future. Yeah, maybe. Oh, what's going on, Real MVP Gamer? What is happening, Sam Ash? How you doing? So now that they got nothing to talk about, they're just making shit up. Now Sony's not going to have. See, they're trying to find a different something that's going to differentiate the Xbox from the PlayStation. And the truth is that they're going to do the same things. Okay, so if I'm supposed to be at the party at 8 o'clock and I leave to go to the party, and OBJ's like, man, I got to get there before 8 o'clock too. And OBJ goes to the same party, but he takes a different way. We still get there before 8 o'clock. That's the way the consoles are going to be. They're going to do the same things, just do it differently. Yes, there are going to be some things that Anaconda does do better than PS5. And there's going to be things PS5 does that Anaconda doesn't do. PS5 is not going to have a UHD player in it. All right, that's because they would have confirmed that already to us. They're just going to have a Blu-ray player in it like they did with the PS3 and the PS4 and now and the Pro and then the PS5. Xbox has got to make Xbox went to UHD, so now they have to decide, which shocked the hell out of me. They didn't even announce that, so maybe, who knows, but you would think they would have a UHD player in there. So, I mean, it's just stuff like that, and there'll be slight differences. Yeah, the difference will be true exclusives, greatness versus booty juice. Yeah. But to them, exclusives don't matter. Like they just, I mean, like I said, they're moist. I mean, I don't see your mom as exclusive. Oh my God. Come on now, leave mom out of this now. Come on, the nail bat. Come on. I mean, this is how bad it's gotten, is that they're arguing over real ray tracing. Let's see, having a 1080p or 1440p display with PC makes sense when the average screen is 24 inches. I don't disagree there, Top Dog. You're right. And I'm looking for a 24 to 27 inch 1440p monitor with 144 hertz. Even if I got to wait till Black Friday, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so, and again, if one falls in my lap, if one hits me, I can find one for, let me go online. Let's see how much they cost right now, because I know what my budget is. So let's go, let's do this while we're here. 1440p. Oh, there we go. I already have it saved. Right now, there's one at Office Depot. God damn it, it's available online, but it is 24 inches. You're correct. It is 24 inches, but it's $200. So you were 100% on that, Top Dog. But let's see here. Now, there's one here I never heard of, but these are all available online, but that's 1080p, but it's 27 inches. So yeah, I mean, you're right on that. So look at that. It's looking like yeah, that ain't that. The home team is looking at let's see, they got them at Newegg, Best Buy's got one. They got the Predator one. That's the one I'm really waiting to go on sale. Okay, I'm waiting on that to go on sale. So, but it's 24 inches as well. So yeah, you're spot on about that, bro. You are spot on about that. So complete your gaming setup with this 24-inch Acer Predator monitor. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm talking about, baby. So yeah, but that's I don't know why. I mean, I like 1440p, and this is one of the things I think when Porter Rock 77, shout out to him, he was talking about he was going to get a PC or build one. I can't remember which one he said the first thing you have to do is you have to determine where you're going to play at. Meaning that you're going to play at 1080p, and that way you can spend more. I mean, because what the PC community does is they'll play at 1080p 60 for years, and then they'll eventually step up and they'll go to 4. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing at 1080p, and or when I switch it to my TV, I go to 1440 60. Mostly, I play at 1440p. So, what does it say? Sony isn't using a no. It doesn't say that, but they've confirmed if they were going to use a UHD, they would have already told us. And PS3, PS4, they might as well just keep the same setup on that. So, but yeah, I mean, again, I'd be shocked if they have a UHD player in there. And again, UHD is not selling as well as they thought. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm shocked by it. I thought UHD adoption rate would be much higher, but it's not been. And like a friend of mine said, he doesn't see enough differences in UHD. But I like if you watch a lot of action movies, you should get a UHD. Especially if you have a 4K TV. It's like some woman was saying, I got a 4K TV, I don't have a UHD player. I'm like, oh well, I can't help you on that one. So I didn't tell you that. No, I did not. I never said that 1080p TVs weren't popular last gen. That's what I had a 1080p TV last gen. So they're putting words in my mouth. Yeah. I had a 1080p Samsung 240 hertz refresh rate TV. So I had one of the better Samsung TVs. So it was out for last gen. So yeah, Joe Robinson, hot. If I seen the new Doom collector, I did see that on Twitter. I did see that. So Triple J still doesn't have a 4K TV. Now, are you playing mostly on PC? And one of the things I should do one day is hook up my monitor to my PS4 Pro just to see if there's any major differences in it. Then do the downsampling thing. I may do that this weekend. So. Because right now I've got it in, well, I don't know, you got to go in and turn on the down sampling. I just want to, and then I may play Horizon Zero Dawn just to see what are some of the differences. So, but yeah, I did see that new Doom helmet. So you get the vanilla PS4, and then you're playing on what, like a 1080p monitor or TV? Well, I assume you're playing on a 1080p TV. So. Now they're saying my pony tears taste like candy. It's like, do you see how they contextualize information? It's like, look, they both have announced the exact same thing, yet it's like they're contextualizing it crazy. So you have a 1080p. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So yeah, but I'm going to have to do that. Yeah. So what's going on there? What's happening again? Craig, cat, $ Cash App. Thank you. Yeah, Titanfall Princess is playing Mass Effect. I saw her. Shout out to Titanfall Princess. I'm trying to get her on my podcast, so just got to get a good time for her. I want to get Titanfall Princess, Snow Bunny, and Tron, and I'm gonna call it Ladies Night. Why haven't I announced any new? Because there's no new news out. Okay. So is your question, why am I not speculating? Because I'm not Matt's Gaming. The newest information came out was from AMD's press conference, and how the PS5 is going to be using the RDNA technology and Navi now, whether it's Navi 10, Navi 20, I don't know. So I don't know if she's announced anything on her channel. So if she has, shout out to her. So again, my source is already, I mean, we've got all the info. The only thing we don't know is the teraflops. Well, you all don't know that. I've got a good idea how many T-flops each console will have. We don't know the bandwidth and the RAM. That's it. So you had no idea. But I'd say if I were guessing, I'll guess that they'll have 12 to 16 gigs of RAM. Maybe more, for all I know. So, super sampling looks pretty good with 1080p 32-inch and under a PS4 Pro and one. Oh yeah, now I've got a 20. Now, what do you think about a 27-inch monitor? I've got a 27-inch monitor. You think that'd be cool? I am not feuding with Matt's gaming. I like Matt's. So, but I think it's funny that ever since the E3, nobody's talking about the games. I mean, at least in the Xbox community, they're reeling over there. So you think it'll look pretty good? All right. Yeah, I may try it this weekend. I've never done that. I have not hooked up my PlayStation Pro to a monitor. I need to go ahead and try that. So do I think Google Stadia going to flop in November? No, I think it's going to have good sales. What's up, KOP901? How you doing, young man? Oh, I got a motherboard question for you. The motherboard that I have, the 350B, is that compatible with the Vega 64? Because I may step up and get a new GPU. I know it's compatible with the CPU that I want. I may end up getting that CPU Friday. I don't know. So, but no, I don't think Stadia is going to flop. So it will work. Good. Let me see how much that. I think that. Yeah, I'm gonna get that Vega card then. So I need to go talk to the Black Order. So about helping me put that in. Although it doesn't look very hard, so I may have to tell them to show me how to put that in. So, but yeah. So nope, I don't think Stadia flops. As a matter of fact, they're going to have that Avengers game on there running at 60 frames a second, apparently. Do I think Xbox will put their first-party games on Google Stadia in the near future? Probably not. Probably not. Not until they get like oh, boy, that's a good question. I've not really thought about that. Based on what Microsoft has said, it's possible, but I don't think they want to. So, but Google is a Jimmy B Gaming. Shout out to him. He is right. If Google has enough money where they could just say, look, Grand Theft Auto 6 looks like fire. We want that to be exclusive to the Stadia. Here's $70 million. Do you think Rockstar is going to turn that down? No. All right, get the Vega Navi prices a bit disappointing. Well, I don't know if that motherboard I have will be for Navi. But what the price is what? One of the Navi GPUs is $350 or something like that. Yes, Rockstar. Yeah, that's what I think. Most people running Stadia will be under 1080p. Not me, but yeah, you're right. Most of them will. That's a very good point. I'll be at 4K with the Stadia. I've already checked the numbers. I went to the I didn't go. I called my cable company, and so I'm good. So AMD is baiting NVIDIA to price war. I think they can certainly sell cheaper. NVIDIA, yeah, we'll see. They're 16. The NVIDIA 1660, I think it is out to combat the 580. That's what it's there to combat, but the 580 is outselling it still. To this day, it's outselling the NVIDIA 1660. So says, no, I won't. Okay, well, when I'm streaming, make sure you're 4K ready. So my motherboard will be fine for Navi. Man, are you sure? Are you sure? Because I don't think it will. I thought that the Navi, you needed at least the 470. I've got the 350. So, but I hope you're right, because I can't, it's not like I can, what's up, Gaming Media? Again, $ Craig Tech. Thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. So, so go ahead and hit that app up, the Cash app that everybody told me to get so people could donate. So the shout out to Andrew Wilkins and RD Matador that have donated. I give credit where credit is due. Mega Davo was happening. Still waiting on Yoshida, aka Lionel Bogan, to see if he takes part in the wagon train. No incompatibilities for GPU of any kind. No, I mean, I thought you needed the motherboard though. You're 100% sure. Well, all right, let's look at the prices then. Let me see the prices. So, let's see, AMD, was it the Navi GPU price? Let's see here. Jump the price. I just had this pulled up a few weeks ago. I think this morning. So blah blah blah. AMD Navi specs. Okay, so it says AMD is moving away from its long-standing GCN architecture with Navi, opting instead for its brand new RDNA architecture. There are two SKUs at launch: a 9.75 T-flop RX 570 XT with 2560 cores, and a 7.95 teraflop RX 5700 with 2304 cores. Both come with 8 gigabytes of GDDR6. Remember, running at 14 gigabytes per second. It's not bad. AMD has confirmed the MSRP for, all right, here we go. The 57 XT would go for $450. Good Lord. And the RX, the RX 57 will be $379. Good Lord. There will also be a Radeon RX 57 XT 50th Anniversary Edition, which will be slightly factory overclock card and costs $499. Let's see here. Okay. The latest performance figures from AMD have pegged the RX 5700 XT as slightly ahead of the NVIDIA RTX 2070 and the RX 57 as around the RTX 2060 level of gaming performance. Okay, that's not bad if they're hitting, but how much is the 2070? Let's find out how much the RTX 2070 is. So RTX 2070, that price. It's roughly the same. Well, the 60 is at 350 to 400. All right. Oh yeah, hell no, I'm not buying that RTX. Hell, that is crazy. 550 and I'm getting the same performance. Yeah, no, they can suck my rock on that one. Hell no, that is crazy. So I mean, I just don't get that. What's up, Paul G? Yeah, I did see that talk. So that is crazy. I mean, I don't get it. Yeah, the NVIDIA's got to come down on price. The NVIDIA has got to come down on price. That's all I can say. So I don't know what to say. People are gonna, and I get it. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. I'm fine. I mean, oh my God, but damn. I mean, damn. So, all right, the RTX 5700 XT is the low end. All right, then what's the high end? If you try to run Stadia in 4K 60, you will hit your. I don't have a data cap. That's that's the truth. Or else I wouldn't have gotten it. I literally called the cable company and said, "What is my data cap?" And she was like, "Huh?" She's like, "Son," she said, she's like, "Sweetheart, you don't have a data cap." So I mean, I can go balls to the wall. Yes, you do. I don't know, not me. No, they ain't got the black man in the green chairs exempt. It got exempt. ADOS, baby. American descendants of slaves, we exempt from data caps. So no, I mean, I'm not. I don't have a data cap. So now that doesn't mean next year I won't have one. So they will not reduce my speed. No. I don't have a data cap. So I'm out there bareback, baby, raw, no condom, no caps. Okay. So Navi 10 is mid-range, Navi 20 is the high end. So for them, the high end is about 10 T-flops. That's their high-end card. I'm just trying to understand it. So and again, which card is going to give me the best at 1080p to 1440p gaming? So, because that's what I want to be at. I need to read the fine print. Okay, I will definitely do that. I appreciate it. I don't have a contract, so there's nothing to read. Okay. So, all right. So, which Navi card is best for 1440p gaming? So, Yeah, business class internet service. There you go. There you go. Corey Massey knows the tricks. He knows the tricks of the trade. So no high-end cards yet from AMD except for Radeon 7. Radeon 7 is already high-end. Okay, so if that's high-end, what does that cost? And why not just go with that one? Is it just not as efficient? And do I need, and with the new Navi, do I need to get a different power unit? So, you know, I'm just asking now. How long have I been on here? 80 minutes. So I'll go another few minutes. Get the low end, has 40 CUs. How much was the low end again? I can't remember. Because that NVIDIA pricing that hurt my feelings. So, all right, it says AMD's Radeon 57 XT wants to put a dent in the world like the dent in its chassis. Digital Trends has the specs comparisons. Let's bring this on up here so that everybody can join in the fun of me being in shock of the price. But PC gaming is more expensive. I mean, it's a higher expense to get started. So there we go. Can AMD's new RTX or RX 5700 graphics card topple the NVIDIA RTX 2070? So blah, 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 blah. The design. That does have that. Wow. So it's a typical AMD. Yeah, I like this. I like that. So both cars are quite distinct. The RX 2070 having an arguably more premium look with its material choices. The Founders Edition design has been a signature of the RTX series. That's true. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that Cyberpunk looked pretty damn good, and I think that was running on a 1080 Ti. So, so ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think this is a 1080p monitor, though. I don't think Samsung has a 1440p monitor. All right. So, yeah, I'll look into this. I appreciate the heads up. Oh, now here's what we need to see right here. Processing node. This is smaller. This has more cores. This has a faster clock. This has a boost clock. That's roughly. Oh, wow. Look at that when you overclock it. They both have 8 gigabytes of GDDR, both are 14. They're both all right. These are the same here. Oh wow, look at the TDP. Oh, look right here. Look right here. That right there is bullshit right there. $600? Nah, fam. Y'all can have that 2070. Y'all can have it. F that. Like I said, they can suck my left rock as far as I'm concerned. They can suck it all day long thinking I'm going to give you half a stack. You're out of your effing mind. I can get a 4K TV with HDR and Dolby Vision for that price. They can suck my left rock. So, you know, so they are crazy. So what's up, Jemiah Dixon? Over here being the tech guy. So he's under Verizon promotion, $100 a month for the next 2 years. Yeah, that's not bad. So PC gaming is expensive, okay? Let's just keep it 100%. It's expensive to get in. Once you get in, though, it's not bad to maintain. Because you do get good sales. That you get some really good sales on these launch stores, whether it be Epic or Steam, stuff like that. So you make up for it down over time, but it is very expensive. So Samsung have a 1440p monitor, widescreen monitor. Okay, let me look at that. Then I'm gonna jump on off here. Let's see here. So Samsung 1440p, 144 frequency monitor. Let's see how much it costs. Yeah, it's $600 too. Yeah, it's a QLED gaming monitor. It's $600. So I don't know. I would have to wait for that to really come down. It's 27 inches. Let's see how much it is on the. Now, okay, here's one. Let me see if this is the one you're talking. But this doesn't have FreeSync on it. So this doesn't have FreeSync on it. So, but it's not a bad monitor. I ain't gonna lie. It is 1440p. It does have 144 hertz. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to put this one on standby. It's blue and gray. So yeah, you were right, man. Thanks for the heads up. They even have a 32-incher for $30. I may go with the 32 inches of love right there. So I mean, I appreciate that. I wouldn't even have thought about that. So does anybody know anything about Viotech? There's one up here for $309. Oh, well, that's because they're used. Okay, I don't want to use one. Yeah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm gonna really have to consider this one though. That's not bad. That ain't bad at all. So yeah, appreciate that. Paid $29 for Cyberpunk. Okay, well, I'm not buying it, but shout out to anybody who gets it. Just let me know, and I'll watch your stream. So because it's called Cyberpunk. So I've already played Cyberpunk. It's called Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. So so yeah. But all right, guys, I'm about to jump off here. Are there any questions? I mean, we got the end of the console war to the point where the people are just. You can kind of see now. It's really crazy to look and see that there's people searching for differences. That way they can have a argument, I guess. I don't know. So, what's up, Jemiah Dixon? Oh, well, I'm over here complaining about the price of things, of course. So, you know, paid $29 for Doom Eternal all on PC. What's oh my. Eric, I don't know where the Lockhart is. It's missing in action. The person I talked to that went to E3 said he's talked to several people about it, and Microsoft is just—they're not saying nothing. So that doesn't mean it's not around. It just means they're not talking about it. At least compare Cyberpunk. Well, I'm sorry. As far as the setting is what I'm talking about, not the gameplay. I have no idea what Cyberpunk plays like. But as far as the setting, humans and cybernetics, and again, what I liked about the Deus Ex is that it's a third over the shoulder. You know what I'm talking about? Third person versus first person, and running around and stuff like that. I don't know how that's gonna. I don't know how both. I mean, every time they show you something on Cyberpunk, they're showing you third person view. And they're not showing you the real view, at least that we saw. So again, shout out to everybody that's getting it. And it sounds like a lot of people pre-ordered it. So that's great. I think that's great. So am I getting Final Fantasy? No, it's episodic. I will get it when the PS5 comes out because all the episodes should be out. And then that'll be one of the first games I buy for it. So Human Revolution is a game from last gen. It's much better than Mankind Divided. Oh, yeah, and again, I'm not saying it is or it's not. I'm just saying the world and all that kind of stuff and the cybernetics and the hacking, that was all done in that game. And I just prefer third person. But I'm not going to knock it. That's what people want. Hey, Max Gaming is pushing the hardware-based RT war between ray tracing. Well, no, technically he's not. I've seen people on Twitter and on other people's pod things saying, or podcast uploads saying that Sony's ray tracing is going to be fake. It's like, okay, Sony announces something. This guy literally said that Sony found out what Microsoft was doing and they announced first. And I'm like, you're here literally accusing a company of intellectual property theft with no evidence. But that's the way they contextualize the information. It's everything Microsoft does is correct and everything Sony does. The guy literally said, Sony doesn't evolve. Sony censors. Okay, it is Microsoft that censors their entire goddamn Xbox Live. They're canceling people's accounts. Okay. He also said, and what else did this guy say? I mean, this dude was just moist. Let's see here. Trying to see if I can find where I let's see. I'm just trying to find what the guy said here. I may not be able to find it. Now I put down that the AMD had a press conference and announced the PS5 will have cutting-edge tech from AMD. Jim Ryan, the CEO of Sony, again said, you know, this again. I put Jim Ryan, the CEO of Sony, again. The CEO has confirmed 4K 60. There are several reports that Gran Turismo was already running 8K. So this is simple. I said, stop looking for small cracks. As again, Microsoft is building the most powerful Xbox console. Phil Spencer said that. Okay, both consoles. I put down. I've said this. I've been consistent. Both consoles will do the same things. There's nowhere left to go. 4K 60 is the end of the road. Both Microsoft and PS5 do the same things, just do different routes. Microsoft is going to put games first party on all platforms, so it won't matter if Anaconda is more powerful. Jim Ryan, if he wants to go get all Microsoft games first party, he'll get them, you know. And and it just goes on and on and on. Okay. The guy says it's not hardware that's going to be Sony's biggest problem. It's the new industry-wide ecosystem Microsoft and AMD have created, developers tools, cloud computing technology, and the massive adoption for Windows 10, DirectX, and so forth. Again, this guy is just, again, here's another one. I'm lucky that Microsoft is allowing Sony to stay relevant. You know, I mean, so this dude is just dumb. I'm just going to put, yeah, is that why MS is finally doing streaming and remote play? Something Sony has been doing since 2014 and 2016, respectively. I mean, again, it's just the way they're contextualizing the information is crazy. So now here's what he said. Sony was either told or heard about what Microsoft and AMD are trying to do with next-gen chips and strategy. My bet, and he didn't even capitalize that, my bet is some of the cloud compute infrastructure is more compatible with next-gen game engines, forcing Sony to find a partner with equal capability, and they weren't able to, hence having used Azure. Power should be the least of Sony's fans' worries. So, I mean, what he said. So, I mean, this dude is just dumb. And again, I answered him about Death Stranding. So, but Death Stranding had more gameplay in its trailer than Microsoft had at its own press conferences for all games. You bring up censorship. You fail to mention that Microsoft is banning people's accounts over things being said. That's true censorship. You claim Sony doesn't improve itself. Is that why God of War won Game of the Year and why so many people in the Xbox community are bitching for single-player games and are flat asking Sony to put games on Xbox? I mean, again, the way they are contextualizing the information is hilarious. So, yeah, PS5 will have ray tracing. The new Xbox will have ray tracing. Death Stranding, yeah. Sony won E3. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that. So, I mean, Stadia is not trash. I mean, I get it that you all aren't going to buy it, though. But how long I've been streaming? About an hour and a half. So I'm going to get on off here, and I'm actually going to get ready to go to work in the morning. But, guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks for joining me. Again, I appreciate you. Thanks for the heads up on that TV or that monitor as well. I did not know that. So I would definitely keep a track on that. But I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.